So here we are at Denny's, about to enjoy our excellent Hobbit meal. So when we get back to the house after seeing the Desolation of Smaug, we will tell you what we thought. Stupid movie, stupid movie, stupid movie. Oh ho, what do we have here?
Big surprise. Is that all in one video?
Now that is an awesome poster.
You're really over.
Alright, welcome, Tolkien fans and Peter Jackson, to a quick review of the Desolation of Smaug movie, which we had the privilege of seeing on opening day, as is shown by our magnificent shirts. We say Smaug. And
Gosh.
I have one on too, just so you know. So we look like triplets. Smaug triplets. But anyway,
Oh gosh, that's disturbing.
and we do have Lego Doggolder in the background. I did say we might get to the review before Christmas. It looks like that might not come to pass, but at least you're getting a good look at it here on our channel.
Donated temporarily by
Here,
me.
yes, so thank you to Andrew19, Andrew3 for that. Here's just a quick, brief look so you can see the scene Doggolder and its functions. So anyway, we'll go youngest to oldest, so... Feanor?
Alright. Opening scene. One of the first things that
Oh,
you
wait.
see... What?
If you do not want spoilers,
Yeah.
don't watch this video. We're
No.
gonna give away just about
Yeah,
everything.
we're
Good
gonna
point.
everything.
So, you shall not pass if you do not want spoilers.
You shall not pass.
Yes. One of the very first things that you see is a new and updated Peter Jackson walking across the front of the screen, eating a carrot in Bree, of all places. I thought that was hilarious. It's him and with his I don't want to say new hairstyle and everything because it's still him and everything, but it's him with his gray hair, etc. Alright, that's first thing that you really see and you're like, oh, that's awesome. Now, moving on, we go to Beorn's house, which...
After a brief escapade in Wilderland.
Yeah, I thought that Beorn's house should have been a little bit longer, and we could have gotten a little bit more of him, but at least it did show the largeness of the bees, the largeness of Beorn, etc.
And his bear form.
Yes, we're thinking that they'll probably draw it out in the
Extended edition. Expect that sometime around November of 2014.
Yep, and then, oh, let me see here, what's the other thing? Mirkwood, that's right.
Mirkwood.
That's a huge part. Mirkwood is pretty good. It's very creepy, and the spiders, they do talk, but only when Bilbo has the ring on. I thought that was very smart. Now, I'll leave Lake Town and the impressions of that London, Venice-like town to my friends.
Colleagues.
Friends and colleagues in mischief.
And nerdiness.
I shall go on to say that Keely
You broke
and
it.
Toriel, it's more Keely who's falling in love, and Toriel's more...
Yeah, we all thought it'd be
girly.
Legolas, but it was not.
No, it's not. And really, I think that it's okay the way that they did do it. There was a small touch of hands, but it was not holding hands, which I think is fine. They should not go any further than anything like that. And really, I think that it just puts more into it. I think that they could have changed it from less of love to more of just them, you know? Instead of there being a relationship, just let Toriel be there. Have her background and everything and show why she's helping these people. But now, I should stop talking and give it over to Bilbo.
Actually, I'm going to go ahead and give it to Andrew just in case
really?
you guys have to leave. So go ahead and give your rating.
Alright, my rating is...
Give me that out of 10 just to make things a little more interesting.
Out of 10, 10.
Alright, 10 out of 10.
Because if it
And
was
we're-
5, it would have been 5.
Out of the 5 Tolkien-themed movies that have come out so far, where would you place it?
Ooh, out of the...
Lord of the Rings 2.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Be thinking about that too.
Oh, goodness. Nothing can really surpass Lord of the Rings. I mean, I haven't even seen that with the Hobbit movies, so I'm gonna have to say that it's better than AUJ,
An
only
Unexpected Journey.
because it's more of what Tolkien's world
And it's
was.
got a dragon in it too.
Well, yeah. I mean, like, the first movie was all happy and everything, and that's not really what Tolkien's world was. His world was
Yeah, everybody was happy
serious.
when the Goblin King was singing about
Yeah.
torment and death.
I was laughing. Alright, but enough about that.
Yes, Andrew,
I would give
my
it...
rating?
Hang
No,
on,
impressions
I
first.
didn't give it.
Oh.
It's number 4.
number 4.
Number 4.
Out of 5.
Yes.
Well, brief impressions, except the Toriel and Healy thing, loved the entire movie, thought it was much better than An Unexpected Journey,
Okay.
and really liked it.
And your rating out of 10?
7?
What?
Or
Isn't
8?
that-
7's harsh.
Yeah,
7 is?
that's only something that I would give it.
Oh, okay.
Even I wouldn't give it that.
Okay, 10 then.
Yes.
10?
Yeah,
Bilbo
10.
has a very harsh
Yes.
view as to
Oh, and out of
this movie.
place it in a number between the 5 movies that have come out so far.
4.
4 too.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, mine are gonna be a bit more detailed. So, I like the opening scene at Bree, as Feanor talked about earlier. Beorn was way too short, I thought. So I'm hoping once again that that'll be in the extended edition more. Mirkwood, I thought they did a good job at depicting the creepiness and then the hallucinations that it causes.
Mhm.
The spiders were competing with Shelob for creepiness. They might have even
Oh, yeah.
surpassed Shelob,
They looked,
like baby Shelobs.
no, they looked like, no, they didn't.
And
They looked like garden spiders, only enormous and with different heads.
I mean,
I,
these don't do them justice now that I've seen it.
No, I am more of I'm the opposite of an arachnophobe, but I don't own any pet spiders. I am fascinated by them,
Yeah, I
and that
agree.
looked like a garden spider crossed with some really amazing face for a spider. It was truly fascinating.
And
to see
then
them.
there was also this other creature, looked like a cross between a baby spider and a crab or something that
There
Bilbo
are-
fights and then realizes that he shouldn't have killed it because of the ring.
although there are actually spiders that look kind of like that, only they normally have darker shells. They're
Yeah.
very interesting, and I'm fascinated by them.
So moving on to Mirkwood, I'm a little skeptical about the whole Toriel and Keeley thing. Honestly, I'm not even crazy about Toriel's character.
They could have done without her, but I think that since she's there, they did good.
She has a good theme song. I like her theme.
Amazing theme song.
Good.
Amazing.
Good.
But her character
The
is...
string movement is amazing. Don't listen to them.
It's a good theme song. It's not the best, but it's definitely up there.
Not in epicness, but it's one of the best in just over.
The barrel escape sequence is awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, Bomber.
Especially Bomber.
Bomber.
Imagine...
barrel as a
Imagine
piece
like
of
the
armor?
fattest person
Barrel.
ever in a giant barrel, rolling around, flying through the air and killing orcs, then breaking out of the barrel halfway, grabbing weapons, and attacking people while he's still half in the barrel.
And then jumping
This
into
was like a
different
minute and a
barrel.
half of this.
And we were
was
laughing
awesome!
the entire
Yeah,
time.
it was awesome.
We were laughing
That was one of the
entire
best
time.
scenes, I thought. Anyway, running out of time, so Lake Town. I love the depiction of Lake Town. I love the theme song for Lake Town, although they
Yes,
did
you
not
want me
play it.
to show a bit of it? Or?
I'll put it in later.
Okay.
Probably put it at the beginning. Once Spotify puts it back on. Anyway, so yeah, I like the whole depiction of Lake Town, I like the theme song, like the characters there, including Bard and the Master of Lake Town. Although there was an orc attack towards the end of the film that I felt that it could have done without.
Yeah.
And
Yes,
Toriel
but-
and Legolas come to save the day and all
Well,
that.
the thing is, with the orc attack, you have to see the movie and remember that Azog sent his son Bolg out to find Thorn, and they didn't know that Thorn had left Lake Town, but they followed Beaufort back to the place where Keely and Feely and
Oin and
Oin.
Beaufort.
Oin and... No, Beaufort was...
Beaufort.
Over.
I already... Beaufort led them back
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Beaufort led them back there, and
Bofur
so they
should have gone with
attacked.
the rest of the company, but he had a bit of a party and woke up late.
Yeah, but anyways, so they realize that Thorn isn't there, and then they pull back. But other than that, I think that it was kind of iffy. It makes sense because they're like, okay, Thorn isn't here. You have to take it into perspective. They didn't know that he had gone, and they were trying to get Thorn. They weren't trying to get the dwarves or the humans. Just Thorn.
But anyway, we're ignoring the elephant in the room, or in this case, the dragon in the room, whose name is Smaug the Terrible, chiefest and greatest of calamities.
Because we don't have him in Lego form!
Yes, that's terrible.
No!
I'm hoping that they're just saving the best for last, and next December we're going to get a totally awesome Smaug. But instead we got Dol Guldur, Lake Town, and
And a
Mirkwood.
terrible rendition of it, even.
Not terrible, just a bit small.
Terrible.
Well, he'll talk about that more in the review.
Mhm.
But anyway, Smaug looks awesome. He is
Yeah.
in the movie a lot
Oh, yeah.
towards the end. Almost to the point where he's in there too much. Almost. Not
Yeah.
quite.
We thought that they could have cut the screen time of him
And,
and
put
put
more.
in more of Dol Guldur.
There's hardly any footage of
Or
Dol
something
Guldur,
else.
which I don't understand why we got a Lego set of it because of that.
Mm-hmm.
And
Probably
Radagast
because
doesn't even
it's
go
a
to
battle
Dol Guldur.
scene and it was in all the trailers and everything, and everybody knew that it would be there. Although, what about that scene where Azog
Yeah.
climbs up the battlements of something in the trailer?
Yeah.
We didn't
When they
get
were
that in the
killing orcs and then Azog comes up?
movie. We didn't get that in the movie.
No.
Is that the barrel escape scene?
Yeah, well,
No, because that was gold.
Huh. Well, extended edition probably.
Hopefully.
Or deleted scene. I don't know.
They don't do deleted scenes
anyway.
in PJ's world.
Actually, they do. A little bit.
I've never seen that.
I'll show it to you. Anyway,
I'm scared now.
where was I? So Smaug is awesome. The entire
Oh gosh, no.
sequence
PJ,
of
what have you done?
Bilbo and Smaug debating is awesome.
Oh yeah.
But then the dwarves come in, and this is where things get a bit controversial, in my opinion.
I don't find
Because first of all, the dwarves never went in there in the book, but just them going in, I don't have a problem with. It's how they went about it, and trying to kill Smaug by themselves.
Well, it shows the true nature of the dwarves.
Right. So they heat up the furnaces via Smaug's fire.
Very creative.
Then, oh yeah, and Bomber's pulling on the chains to keep the blower going.
The bellows.
Bellows, that's what it's called. Sorry. But the
Maybe
really
Fat Man
interesting
really
thing
did do stuff like that. And
is
that's why it was called bellows.
Thorin taunts Smaug into coming over to this giant statue thing. And Smaug comes over, and the dwarves pull back this shell, and out pops mold, and out pops this giant golden dwarf
Not
statue.
solidified.
Well, at least we don't think.
No, it wasn't solidified.
This scene was entirely confusing in my opinion because
oh yes. There
Smaug
was
stares,
extreme destruction in the forge room.
and nobody died
No one died. Bilbo probably should have died in that scene.
a few times,
Like 3.
at least.
Yeah. And
Along
then,
with everybody else.
well, I'm not Bomber. We don't know anything about Bomber. He probably should have died.
Yeah.
But Bilbo definitely should have died at least 3 times. Thorin, at least 5 times in the overall scene there with Smaug. It was just really confusing because you're like, wait a second, how in the world is the water still going? Shouldn't it be going all over the place?
Yeah,
And it's
there's water falling, and
it's
then
crazy.
one of the last things is
Melted gold.
this giant dwarf statue melts and covers Smaug in molten gold. And what do you know? He does not die. He
What a
leaps out
surprise.
of this golden pool and heads to Lake Town with all this gold juice dripping off him. And the movie ends with Bilbo saying, "What have we done?" Then it cuts to blackness and icy fire. It's the most dramatic ending for sure out of any of the Lord of the
I
Rings
like the
or the
ending
Hobbit
really
movies.
well.
It's definitely a change of pace. In the long run, I think I'm going to like it. It's just, at least with the other endings, it kind of leaves you off at a good point. This one did not. So it's kind of like, tune in next episode sort of feel, almost.
Uh-huh.
Almost.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like, how did this giant golden dwarf statue get here and melt? It's like, is this statue made out of jello?
No, it's a statue made out of solid melted gold, liquid gold, that did not have time to solidify in its mold. And so when they took the mold off, it didn't have time to cool. It was still hot. Unfortunately, they didn't think it should have been cool, not hot. Because dragons like heat if they're fire drakes like Smaug is.
Oh, that's right, he was running from the water.
Mm-hmm. And I accidentally said something and realized what I had said in this little review, and I said, PJ, what have you done? Kind of like the ending where Bilbo says, what have we done?
That's the last thing you see.
It really is amazing for dramaticness.
But now you have to wait a year to see what happens.
Because then it just cuts to, oh, misty eye of the mouth.
Oh wait, there's one more thing we have to mention, and that is the Necromancer and Dol Guldur.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, the Necromancer is scarier and more awesome in The Hobbit than he is in The Lord of the Rings.
Oh my goodness.
And have we even told the audience what the Necromancer is yet?
He's Sauron. Big spoiler, by the way. He's Sauron.
Bilbo.
Yeah, she's fun.
How did she get out?
Oh, I let her out.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, it's Smaug the Terrible. In other words, a bird. Anyway, so the Necromancer is totally awesome. The Lego minifigure does not do him justice at all, because first he's like this wispy smoke that can travel through people, and then he turns into the Sauron that we see at the prologue scene of The Lord of the Rings. Inside of the Eye of Sauron.
Sort of.
It's like a weird combination of that Sauron and the Eye of Sauron.
Yes, and it's the way that they leave Dol Guldur is really annoying because it's just Gandalf.
Right. The last thing you see at the Dol Guldur is in this cage. That's it.
Yes.
Well, you see Gandalf in the cage, and then you see an army marching away.
That's through here, I believe.
So now, while most people would say this is terrible, I would say this is Lego's way of saying we're not going to make you build this huge black wispy thing because that would cost
That
too
looks
much.
like the one that we saw in An Unexpected Journey briefly when Radagast went there.
Yes, this does. This looks a lot like the Nazgul in Twilight form.
And by the way, it would have been good if this part glue in the dark, I thought.
Oh yeah, that would make it.
But more on that when we get to the actual review. I'm sorry we did not get to that, but we'll be getting to that within the next few weeks, along with Lake Town Chase, Dol Guldur Ambush. And actually, it's probably good that we're waiting so we can connect Dol Guldur Ambush to it.
Yeah, and so that way we can see what we get for Christmas.
Right, Mirkwood Elf Army. And if we get non-Lego Tolkien things, we might even do reviews on those too.
Oh yeah, calendar.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
We will review them for you.
We will rock you.
Rock your middle.
If this is to end in fire, then we should
Let's
all
all burn together.
I thought that was good that they had Thorne say that, and then it was in the song too. I like that addition. So, anything else that you guys wanted to say about the Dust? Oh, I didn't do my ratings. For a rating, I'm going to have to give it an 8.
My brother's soul.
Can I say my opinions, please, family?
Sure.
Alright. So, I'm giving it an 8. It's an excellent movie, don't get me wrong. There's just a couple things that I have problems with, including the addition of Toriel, the...
You can't just hate on the addition of Toriel.
Okay, I have more.
It's a good addition.
I have more.
He has more.
The end sequence with the dwarves and the giant golden jello dwarf.
That was...
It felt too much like all modern movies do nowadays. Just explosions and flying people and death.
The only thing is, 0 death and no modern conveniences.
Unless you consider
Bomber
being a modern convenience.
But would you say that the good parts at the beginning of the movie outweigh the bad parts at the closer to the end?
Well, very end. I can't say I don't like the ending with Smaug flying off and Bilbo saying, "What have we done?" I can't say that I like it either. I think in the long run I'm going to like it, but just for this year and 4 days where we have to wait to see what's going to happen, it's going to be torture for over a year, which is terrible.
Come on, PJ! What have you done?
Yeah, he was going to release it
What have you
over
done?
the summer, but
July 29th, I believe.
it's terrible.
I think it's because he got more footage. He's like, oh, you know what? Let's do a little bit more. It can be more interesting. So he just added more footage to make it bigger and better.
Now, for where I'm going to place it in the series so far, I'm also going to put it at number 4, but not above An Unexpected Journey. I'm actually going to put it above The Two Towers.
Oh my gosh, The Two Towers is better.
This one has a dragon, though.
This one has Uruk-hai, Saruman,
Ooh.
Theoden.
Grima Wormtongue.
You can see
Grima
all of them in
Wormtongue.
other movies, though.
Huh?
You can see all of those in other movies of the trilogy, though. You can't see Smaug in An
You
Unexpected
can't
Journey.
see...
At least not much.
What's his name? Oh, come on, what is his name?
Hama?
No.
Like,
Although
Hello?
you can't see him in any other movie.
ooh. Oh, gosh. If we don't see Hama in any other movie, I'm going to die.
No, the other guy. The
Gamling?
King's Son.
Oh, Thangol.
Thang-
No,
No,
Theodred.
Theodred, thank you.
Thangol's his father.
Yeah, Theodred.
Okay, big deal. Smaug
That's
is
a big deal.
Smaug beats
Yes, but think
Theodred
about
right
it. If
there.
the Two Towers wasn't there, you wouldn't get the relationships that you see in the rest of the movie.
Okay, well, it's just my opinion, okay?
That's a terrible
I
opinion.
like the Desolation.
You should stop watching his channel because of this.
And
Stop.
start watching my channel.
Yes.
I'm just.
No,
it's,
I'm just kidding.
It's hard to compare The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings because they're both the same story. And even to compare The Hobbit to other members of The Hobbit.
Yeah, but
Sure,
still,
sure.
I would say that Bilbo is taking the funner view on it and saying AUJ is better because it's happier and it doesn't have.
I
all
might
the
go to say that
inconsistencies.
Desolation of Smaug is 3rd. It might be An Unexpected Journey,
Really,
possibly.
possibly depending on.
Actually, I think they're about equal, those two, because I like. The main reason that Desolation of Smaug is good is because we get a dragon, and the Necromancer was awesome.
And there are just
But
a bunch of really awesome scenes
Right.
in it.
But The Unexpected Journey, or An Unexpected Journey, just felt a little more like what Tolkien would have imagined and wanted, to me.
Whoa. For The Hobbit, yes. For his world, no. Because
No.
his world is one of real people, and real emotions, and real pain. In AEJ, you get a little bit of that. When Thorin gets bitten by the warg, when I first saw it in the theater, I actually wanted to cry. I did not, but I wanted to because it looked so painful, and I'm just like...
Well, anyway.
And then in this one, you just get a ton of it.
But yeah, for the most part, I still think that Lord of the Rings is better than The Hobbit.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Mm-hmm. Minus the awesome explosions with Smaug.
Yeah, the revelation of Smaug was really cool.
Mhm.
With the treasure
Smaug
falling
has-
off slowly.
Smaug has a ton of cool scenes.
Mm-hmm.
The
And
the
awesome
explosions
music.
aren't so much explosions as Smaug breathing fire,
Yeah.
And
but
people
it
falling
does
and
give
all that.
people the impression of explosions.
Yeah.
And stuff.
So, overall, great movie. Don't miss it. Go as soon as you can. But if you're hardcore, I want to watch the book, then you're not going to like it.
Mm-mm.
If you're open-minded and want to see what...
Like me!
Yeah, if you're open-minded and
Not
want to
like
see
Bilbo.
The Hobbit version 2.0, then you're going to love it.
Not like Bilbo.
I loved it. I loved the movie. It's just,
Yeah,
I had a
yeah.
couple problems with it.
Yeah, he was almost gonna give it a thumbs down.
No, I almost gave it a thumb out, which is like, I can't decide, but I am going to give it a thumbs up. So you have the Bilbo Brick09 seal of approval for sure.
And the Feanor, the second approval.
You have the Andrew 19, Andrew 3 approval as well.
Certainly.
So you definitely want to go see it. We all loved it. Just know that there are major differences from the book, and maybe just a few too modern feeling cinematographic.
Cinematography.
Oh God.
Cinematographic.
Cinematic.
Cinematic. There we go.
Relating to
Cinematography.
cinematography.
Word of the day.
Explosion
Cinematography.
things and giant melting jello dwarves. Dwarf statues. So, Look probably in early January 2014 to see all 4 of the new Lego Hobbit set reviews. Sorry we didn't get to Dol Guldur Battle tonight. I apologize, but we had to get to our Christmas things. So, don't miss all the awesome stuff that is on here and will be on here. Also our good friend Andrew19, Andrew30's channel. And we will see you next time. Oh, and please let us know in the comments below what you thought of the Desolation of Smaug. And will you be going to see there and back again?